folks, I'm Ron, and welcome to week number 10 of the NFL Picks. Now, normally I say I'm outside at the ABC Times Square studio, but here we're in our blogtalkradio.com/sportsfan studio, and we're going to take it the rest of the way. We give you the picks the rest of the season. So, with all that said and done, it was a great week 9. It was a lot of NFL picks, and all that's left to say, we added a brand new Thursday NFL picks during Sportsfan. Now, due to tape problems and everything else, we have selected a pick. So we're going to give you the final score of that game. But we also got 13 other games and one final. There's also 4 teams made the bye week. And here are your bye week teams and that final score of Thursday.
The Green Bay Packers, the Oakland Raiders, the New Orleans Saints, and the San Diego Chargers. In the game on November 11th, 2010 at the Georgia Dome, it was the Atlanta Falcons 26, the Baltimore Ravens 21. For the winning Falcons, Matt Ryan, 32 out of 50, 316 yards and 3 touchdowns. And for Baltimore, Falco, 22 out of 34, 215 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And here are this week's Week 10 picks. The Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals at University of Phoenix Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona. The Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. The Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Tampa Bay. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins at FedEx Field in the nation's capital. The New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. The Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins at Sun Life Stadium in Miami, Florida. The Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos at Vessels Field in Denver, Colorado. The Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants at New Giants Stadium in the Meadowlands. The St. Louis Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And finally, the New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
Now, in this bowl, as you probably see, there are 13 games inside. There are different teams for week number 10 of the NFL. We're going to pick the 6 games to make up our Super 6. So, with all that said and done, let's get it going. Randomly picked. Here is number 1. The first game. Oh, this is a good one. The Seattle Seahawks will play at the Arizona Cardinals at University of Phoenix Stadium in Phoenix, Glendale, Arizona. Next, we got here's a game. At the Dog Pound, the New York Jets will play at the Cleveland Browns at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Here's our pick for week number 10. You got the Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Okay, here comes the 4th pick. Week number 10. And the pick is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, Indiana. Okay. The 5th pick. Here's number 5. The 5th pick belongs to, take it open, reveal, you got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins at FedEx Field in the nation's capital. And we got one more pick of our NFL pick for week number 10. And week number 10 gives us
Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars at Jacksonville, Florida. And I want to give a big shout out to the Outlaw, who's going to host this show for Blog Talk Radio coming up this Sunday at Jacksonville. And here are your Super 6 picks for Week 10. The Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. The New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. The Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins. And the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now in this bowl are 32A, 16 are home, 16 are road. I'll be committed for whatever team that I'll be picking for week number 10 to see who's going to win. So let's start off with Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. And picked the road team. The Seahawks will win. Alright, the New York Jets against the Cleveland Browns at the Dog Pound in Cleveland. Egg selected. It's selected and picked. The Dog Pound will win. Next, the Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills at Detroit Lions. Well, it's actually Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills at, where else is going to say, Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Let's see what they said. It is the road team, the Lions, will beat the Bills. Number 4, Cincinnati Bengals in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's see how the egg says. There they said. The road team, the Bengals, will beat the Colts. Here we go with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Field in Washington, D.C. And picked the road team, the Eagles, to win. And finally, the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. Here's what the egg said. And the egg says the home team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, will win. And here are your Week 10 Super 6 picks and selections. The Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. I picked Seattle to win. The New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. I picked Cleveland to win. The Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills. I picked Detroit to win. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts. I picked Cincinnati to win. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins. I picked Philadelphia to win. And finally, the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked Jacksonville to win. Alright folks, there are your Super 6 teams for this week and our picks. But coming up when we return, the remaining 7 picks for this week's NFL pick. Stay with us. We'll be back on the other side of the break.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is that Two-Tone Jones too tall? Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Here we go, folks. I'm Rondon here at Blog Talk Radio. BlogTalkRadio.com. I'm here at the 2010 Second Avenue Festival right here in Manhattan. And during our series of segments, we're going to talk to some of the great people who bring entertainment to promo spots and everything else. Because all you have to do is keep watching and check out blogtalkradio.com/Sportsfan or on YouTube or a lot more. And by the way, Sportsfan is every weekend, Saturday from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays, and from 11:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Pacific on Saturday night. At blogtalkradio.com/Sportsfan, on the Sportsfan at thequalified.com, and on YouTube.tv. Welcome back. If you just tuned in late, here once again are your Super 6 picks and my selections. The Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. I picked Seattle to win. The New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. I picked the Cleveland Browns to win. The Detroit Lions at the Buffalo Bills. I picked the Detroit Lions to win. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts. I picked Cincinnati Bengals to win. the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins. I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to win. And please note, this game is a Monday night game. And finally, the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked Jacksonville to win. And here are the remaining Week 10 picks. The Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. The Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. The Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The St. Louis Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. And the New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now in that poll, we picked 6 teams earlier for the home or away to determine. There are now 26 left, and there'll be a mixture of home or away teams, so we're going to find out who is going to be picking. So with that said and done, let's start off with the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. And here's what they picked. The home team, Tampa Bay, will get victory. Next, the Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins at Sun Life Stadium, Miami. And pick also the home team, Miami will win. Soldier Field in Chicago, the Chicago Bears against the Minnesota Vikings. And yes, Lovie Smith's gonna have the home team, the Bears, to win. To Lucas Oil to Esco Field in Denver, Colorado. That will be the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Picked, and we select the road team, the Chiefs will win. To New Giant Stadium at the New Meadowlands. We used to call it New Meadowlands Stadium. It's Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Let's see they picked. Well, I think this could be revenge. The road team, Dallas, will win. Candlestick Park, San Francisco, California. The St. Louis Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Egg selected. The road team, St. Louis, will win. And last but not least, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers against the New England Patriots. Let's find out. Well, catch-up is on us, folks. The home team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, will win.
And here are your remaining Week 10 picks and my selections. Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I picked Tampa Bay to win. The Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. I picked Miami to win. The Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. I picked the Chicago Bears to win. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. I picked Kansas City to win. The Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. I picked Dallas to win. The St. Louis Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. I picked St. Louis to win. And finally, the New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I picked Pittsburgh to win.
Well, there you have it, your Week 10 NFL pick. Now, join us this Saturday. We talk about one of my very important subjects. We've been playing this up for a few months, and now it's here. We're talking about cyberbullying, and we know about 1 in 10 people who've been killed by cyberbullying. We'll have that story, and we'll have some great guests and some of the callers who are also being victimized by cyberbullying. If you are a victim of cyberbullying, call us at 914-338-1073 for a live show, or email me at btrsportsfan@aol.com. And don't forget, as always, become a fan of Sportsfan by go to facebook.com and look up the word Sportsfan with Rondon. Hey, thanks for joining us this week from our studios in Brooklyn. I'm Rondon.